Welcome to another video from DIY Daily. Just got a full step-by-step guide tonight, just showing you how to fit a full set of puddle lights on this 2005 Audi A4 Estate B7 model. It's not too bad a job. We're going to be getting all the door cards off. Just show you quickly in the door. The kit comes with one new bulb to replace the reflector there, and there's another one for the underneath. Just show you the kit that we've got quick. If you check out the description below, I'll put links to this kit and where you can get it from. But it comes with a wire in there. We've got the lamps for the bottom and the lamps to replace the reflectors on the side there. Now, I could only find us a full kit with a wire in, the ones with the standard lamps for the puddle lamps. If you want to get one of the projector kits, they are available as well. I'll put some links to them on there. But basically you have to fit this kit first and then get the projector kit with the right pattern that you want, and then you can just simply replace these afterwards to give you like the Audi pattern or the S-line or whatever you want to fit. So but I'll just run you through it all. I've just basically going to be using one of these plastic prying tools for the door card. They're quite a good bit of kit. I'll put some links to them as well. And you want a Phillips screwdriver. We're going to need to remove the door cards, front and rear. All I'm going to do is just run through one side. Obviously we're going to be replacing all four, but just to show you the procedure of getting the door card off, I'll just do one front and one rear. But basically on the door card, we're going to be removing this first. You need to use a plastic prying tool to pop this side out first, work it along, and then it has a little hook in there. Just need to pull it that way and pop that off. And just coming down underneath at the bottom there, we've got a Phillips screw in the centre there. That needs to come out. Then we can pop the door off. Once this is off, there's 4 Phillips screws behind the back of there. So we'll just get that off to start with, and I'll show you the next step. Also, just before we get into the video, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, just click on the red subscribe button below. Some links to some other videos on there. We've got quite a few videos on the A4 B7s. Right, so we've now got the 4 Phillips screws out along there, the one on the bottom's out from under there, and if you just come in just around this position, just to the lower section of the main handle there, there's a little hole through there. If you just look through that, just try to get it on the camera, there's a Phillips screw in the bottom there as well, so you just need to get that out next. Once that's off, I'm just going to cut round the bottom of the door and just give it this is like a load of clips all around the outside as well. Just gently pull it towards you. As we're pulling it off, I'll just show you there's a couple of bits to disconnect. We've now got the door card off, so it pops off, and then you just sort of lift it up. It just hooks over the top there. Once it's off, I've just got the little cable for the door handle there. All you need to do is just pop that out and just unhook that around there. Then we've got the cable, just the wire here, it goes around the motor. Just on the bottom of the connector, there's a little tab. You just need to press that in with a flat bladed screwdriver. Then you can flick the orange lever around and that'll come off. And you've just got 2 tabs on the little speaker wire there as well. Just pull them both in, just pop that wire up. So that's the front door card off. I'll just show you where the light's going to go is in this cut out here. Now we need to cut this out yet, but I'll just show you, run you through getting the back door card off, and then we'll show you cutting that out as well. And the back door card's pretty similar to the front. Got the same, just to start with, the same bit to get this panel off first here. So same again, we'll just start pry it off at this end and work our way along first. Move this one, you got that off. There's just 3 Phillipses along this piece on this one, and it's got the same hole again located under there, just to get the other one out under there as well. The back one off. We've just got the same cable just to get off as just exactly the same way as the front. Just pop that out and unhook it. Once you've done that, it's exactly the same as the front again. Just to get this loom off all as one piece. Just do the but rather than a like a flick sort of the push clip style one, you've got this little lever to push in there to get that off. So just push the tab in there and then you can pull that down, and then same again, just pinch the 2 together on the speaker on there to get that off. Right, so we've got both door cards off now. I'm going to start on the front door. I'm just going to run you through fitting the new lights and running the wiring, and where we're going to situate the wiring into the loom. So, but I'll just get it up on a bench to start with, and we'll get them cut out. Right, so we've got the front door card on the bench now. We'll run you through the wiring in a bit. We're going to be stripping this connector down just to get the right pin in there and tie the other wire into the loom, but I'll run through that quite clearly in a minute. We'll just start with this side one's really easy to get out. Obviously that's just a reflector, so we've just got to pop that out. That hole's nice and cut out ready for us. So all we've got to do is just cut the bottom one out. You can see the outline of it there on the inside, and if you come on the bottom, come around the bottom, it's there as well. But you just got to make sure we're going to use a little Dremel. It's got a little air Dremel to cut this one out, but you can use anything like a Dremel or a little multi-cutter. I did try with a Stanley blade, but it's a bit hard to cut, so all I'm going to do is just cut round the outline. But you just need to be careful. You can cut along the outline of the top and the bottom there, but you don't want to cut right to the edge of the 2 sides. You need to just cut it square across, because obviously you've got to leave, it's the same as the reflector, you've got to leave the edge there on the light. So we'll just cut that out quickly and then show you when we've done that. What I'm going to do is just use the light just to give me a bit of an idea of just how far to cut into it. So I'm just going to get that cut out. So we've now got that all trimmed out and just left the edges on there as well. So just see what they're doing now. You'll put it in so that the wiring hooks towards the other one there. And if you just put this end in first, just put the camera back up. Situated in, and then just pops in the clip. And same again with the side there, but the connector needs to face downwards on this one. Pop that in so it just clips home. Now that that's done, we can get onto the wiring. Right. Right, now onto the wiring. The first thing we're going to do is strip this plug down. We're going to simply cut this cable tie. Just use a little flat bladed screwdriver. We're going to flick this pink tab off, then we'll be able to pull the inside of the plug out. And on the wiring here, we need to just run you through it slowly as we're doing it, but this wire here with the new pin on it needs to go into, ours is a pre-2007, so it needs to go into pin 13 on the connector. And this one ties into pin 21, but we're going to have to cut this one and solder it into the loom rather than put it into the actual connector. On the model after 2007, this pin wants to go to pin 17. We'll just run you through that when we're putting it in anyway. We'll just for now, we'll cut that connector off and get the centre out. Once you've got the connector out, if you just look on it, you'll just see it listed, sorry, that way up. Just see in the top corner there, can't quite get it on the camera, it has got 16 there and a 1 at that end, so the pins start from that end, 1 to 16, and if you flip it over, it's a bit hard to get it to just see it in the corner there, 17 on that side going across to 32. So we want pin 13, which will be a blank one, obviously on this side, so that's 16. Then we're going to put the wire that's already got the pin on it, we're going to slide that in and that'll clip into place there. And it's going on pin 13 because this is a pre-2007 model. You simply just push that in. Just do that, click in when it's home, and then we want pin 21, which is the brown wire there. And now we're going to before we because we're tying into the same loom, we're just going to bare this sheath now, just pull it a bit further back, but to do that we'll just pull the pin out as well. And to get the pin out, all you want is a tiny little pick, just prod that in there and then you can pull the wire out. And all we'll do is we'll just pull the sheathing off a bit and we'll bare the loom a bit further back, and then we'll wrap the wire onto it and solder it, and we're going to put some heat shrink around it all to protect it after as well. Just run you through that quick now. We've got that burned. It's always a bit better just to do it a bit further back from the connector and just tidy everything up nicely then. And all we're going to do is just use a pair of wire strippers. Now, if you're interested in any of the tools, I'll put some links in the description below to all the tools that we've used as well. So I've done that, the automatic strippers there, just spread that apart, so we can now wrap the new wire around that and just dab a bit of solder on there. I'll just cut that to size first to do it. Just got the soldering iron warmed up now. All we're going to do is just sit that underneath, just with a bit of solder on it. We can do it in a crimp connection, but we've got solder, it just makes a nice, neater job. We've got a bit of heat shrink as well. You can get it quite cheap off the internet, off eBay, something like that, but I'll put some links to that if you want to. I'm just going to slide that over the top now and just heat shrink that around it, just tidies it all up. I'll just give you a quick recap. Basically the wire with a pin in it on the loom wants to go to pin 13, and then the other wire that hasn't got the pin on it wants just resoldering to pin 21. So, and that's because this is a pre-2007. You don't have to use a heat shrink, it just makes a nice neat job of it all. Once they've done that, we can just relocate the pin into pin 21. Now that's on, all we're going to do is just rebuild the connector, just use some insulation tape just to tidy it all up and wrap it all up neatly. Now, so that's all neatly wrapped back up now. Next job, we're just going to connect all the loom up to the light units and just tidy all the wiring up, clip it into the right clips just so it's all sitting nicely. Then we can get it back over to the car and just connect it all back up. It's quite there's no real procedure to getting it to work. If you just simply just close the door, reopen it, everything will be working again. We'll just get this back on quick, and then I'll just run you through the back door, because the connector bit's different on the back door, so it's pretty much the same procedure. I'll just get the cutouts done, then we'll run you through the wiring. So that's the first door all back together. You can just see now, as soon as that's on, your side one's on there and your bottom one's on as well. And when we get the new ones, I'll show you that. I've ordered a new set already, and the ones we're going to imprint the pattern on. So I've ordered a set of Audi an S-line ones. So I'll just show you a clip of that at the end as well. But now the front door's done, we'll get onto the back door. I'll just do the cutouts quick, and then I'll flick to the wiring, because on this one we've got a different style connector, so I'll just run you through that in a minute. So I've just skipped the step cutting these next ones out. I've just popped them in there quickly, and the next thing we're going to do now, we've got this style connector on this one. All we're going to do, pretty much the same as the last one, just snip this cable tie, but to get the inner part of the connector out on this one, you just need to get your little pick and just flick that tab outwards, and then you can slide the black piece out. Now this is a 3-wire connector on here. If this is because it's got electric windows. If you haven't got electric windows, you need to do it differently, but I'll just run you through that in a minute once we've got the connector bed. So now that we've got this one stripped down and all out, I'll just try and get it focused on that. You can see we've got a little 1 there, a little 8 there on that side. So basically that's pins 1 to 6. Now the one that we've got on our loom with the pin on it is going to go into pin 2, and then the one that hasn't got the pin on it needs to go to pin 6, which is this one there, the brown wire again, the earth. Now if you've only got manual winding windows, you won't have this pin 6 in there. So you'll have to get a Volkswagen pin just to put on your loom there that doesn't have the pin on it, so that you can slide that in and put that into the pin 6. But obviously ours has got it, so we're going to do the same as the last door and just bear that wire a bit further back and connect that one up to there. So we'll just get them in there, into there now. So And we'll just do exactly the same job now, just bearing that and just tying it into pin 6 there, and solder it and just insulate it all the same, and we'll be ready to put this one back on. Just see there, just nicely set the solder on the joint, and then we'll just put the heat shrink over the top again. So that's the loom all back together, all tidied up now. All the connectors just plugged into the new lights there, and that's just ready to connect back up just to the speaker and the window right there. Let's just get it back on. Right, so that's all this side working now. See, we've got the side on there and the bottom one's on as well. Obviously it's a bit brighter at night, but I thought I'd share the video with you all in case anyone wants to have a go at theirs. Obviously you've just got to repeat exactly the same procedure for the other side now, but quite a straightforward job. And if you're interested in a few more A4 B7 fixes, just check out the channel. I'll put some links in the description below as well. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.